Hi everyone, Salesforce Development Day 25. Let's see what are we going to learn today. We'll quickly go through the previous session review. We'll talk about a insert statement, delete statement, undelete statement, update statement, UPSERT, and merge statement. And then we'll have a conclusion, today's interview questions. Now, insert statement. So basically, we all know that insert statement. In previous sessions, whenever we have discussed, we have used the normal DML command insert. So we know that insert statement is to create a record. So by using this statement, we can insert one or more records into the Salesforce object. So upon performing the DML operation, always we have to use the bulkification process because we know that there is a DML Garner limits. What are the DML Garner limits that we have discussed yesterday?
We have only 100
delete
150
100
DML states per transaction.
150 DML statements per transaction, and how many records can be processed?
50,000
Maximum
50,000
10,000 records.
10,000 records maximum
10,000.
process at a time.
Maximum 10,000 records, we can perform the DML operation. So that's the reason whenever we are doing the DML operation, always go for a bulkification. Even if you know that there is only one record will be inserted, still put that record into the collection and insert that as a bulkification process. And syntax for the insert, if we have to insert only one record, then normal insert object name. In case if you are inserting the multiple records, then you have to use the insert collection object name. Collection object name. So let's see the one of the use case for the insert statement. Write an Apex program to insert 100 lead records inside the object. So this is a normal insert. So let me go ahead and create a Apex class. So today we are going to do it DML helper. So in the DML helper, I'm going to create a method, public static,
Void.
then create bulk process. Now, the scenario is to create 100 lead records. So for this bulkification, how my logic should be? So instead of 100, let's take a 10 records. If I have to insert a 10 records, what do I need to do? How should I need to insert a lead record?
create a list first.
List
of lead records. Add the list, insert list.
List of lead list equal to new list of. Okay. Now how I'll be inserting, how I'll be creating the 100 leads or a 10 leads
For lead L
No, per
column
count
lead list.
integer I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 100, I plus plus.
we have to use the integer
counter
Count equal to
like 1.
counter less than or equal to 100.
and 10. Counter plus plus.
Counter plus.
Okay.
Insert. Create a lead object.
How can I create a lead object?
Lead LD equal to new.
lead L equal to
Lead L
New
new
lead.
LD dot.
LD dot
First name.
So let's take it as a bulk.
Bulk. Plus counter.
Let's add it into the last name.
Okay. Lastly,
So lead record plus
counter.
counter. So like this, we have a few more, like a company is mandatory. So let's take Salesforce INC and lead status.
Open.
Not contacted. And LD dot, we have a rating. Warm.
Lead list dot
Lead
Add.
list dot add LD.
add.
LD. Now, is there any other mandatory fields? Let's take the email. Bulk lead. So here also I need to add a counter. Plus @gmail.com. Lead source. Web. No, that's all. Now we have added everything into the collection.
If lead is
So outside of the for loop, if
Lead list
list
dot
dot
is
size
empty,
what should I need to do?
insert lead
Lead
list.
list is not empty.
Lead
right?
list in front of.
Not
Not
in- not in-
size greater
not
than or
lead
equal
list.
to 0. Insert lead list.
insert lead list.
Insert lead list. Now this logic we know, so let's go ahead and execute this. Now, right now in Salesforce, if I go and check the lead, so we have around 50 plus leads are there. Now debug, open, execute anonymous, class name dot, we have a
Method name.
method name. Now let's go ahead and execute. When we execute it, it is going to insert the 10 lead records. 10 lead records it is going to insert. How many DML statements it executed? Only one DML statement it got executed. Now, for example, this is in the debug log. You can see that how many DML statements and how many rows are executed. We can see all of those. Let's suppose that not in the debug log, but I wanted to check during the program, while executing the program itself, I wanted to check how many rows got executed and what is the statement, how many statements got executed. I wanted to check in the code itself, because right now, once we execute the logic, I'm able to see all the limits and how many times it got executed, everything I can see here. But is there a way that I can check in the code? So we can verify in the code as well. So in order to verify in the code, so let's take a system.debug, number of DML statements. Let's take a DML statement used. So I wanted to identify how many DML statements are used. So for that, we have a class in the Salesforce, which is a standard class, which is called as a limits. There is a Salesforce class is limits. Inside this limits, you can know that how many DML, so far how many DMLs got executed and how many statements got executed. Like here, get DML statements, get DML statements. And there is another one which is called as a get limit DML statements. Get limit. This is basically statement limits. How many limit? What is my limit of the statement? What is the limit of the DML rows? Now, how many got executed? You can know from here. So limits dot get DML statement will give you that number of DML statements used. Similarly, if you wanted to know the limit, what is the limit for this statement? So statements, limits, for that you can use limits dot get limit DML statement. Similarly for the rows. For the rows also I wanted to cross verify how many number of DML rows processed. Rows processed. How many number of rows processed? So in the code, I wanted to know that during the execution of the program itself, I wanted to cross verify how many DML rows are executed. So get DML rows. Similarly, rows limit. What is the limit of the DML statement rows? So for that, get limit DML rows. Let's save this. Now let me change this. Salesforce lead test. Here I'll use lead test. Okay. Now let's save and let's go ahead and execute it. Debug, execute. Now when I execute it, so if I click on a debug option, I can see that number of DML statements used one DML statement which used out of 150. Limit is 150. Now number of DML rows processed is 10. Records are processed 10, but the limit is 10,000. So in the code itself, you can able to identify so far how many DMLs or how many rows got executed, everything you can cross verify. So we have so many methods here, like a get aggregate queries, call out, CPU time, right? Database time, and field set describe, future calls, how many future calls executed, right? And then we have a limits. What are the different limits we have? Then queries, how many queries got executed, query locator rows, queuable jobs, run as, everything we can able to identify. So by using the limits class, you will be able to identify till this point. As soon as the cursor is reached here till 25th, how many rows or how many statements of the DML got executed, you can know. So, okay, till this point, I have executed only 4 DML statements. So I have a more DML statement, which I can use it because I see that there is a Garner limit is 150. So that way we can cross verify. So this is one of the way to cross verify from the code, how many statements or how many rows got executed. How many rows got executed. Now, if I go to the leads and if I refresh, right, bulk lead record 2, 3, 4, 5, everything got inserted here. Now, any question on the insert statement? So homework, write an Apex program to insert 50 contact records inside the object. And next one, write an Apex program to insert an account record and 20 related opportunities, 10 related case records inside the object. So that means first you need to insert the account record. Once you insert the account record, then 20 related opportunities records. You need to insert the 20 related opportunities and 10 case records you need to insert it. Now the third one is write an Apex program to insert the hiring manager record and 5 related position records and 2 related candidates for each position record. So that means first you need to insert the hiring manager record 1, and then you need to insert the position record 5, and it has to be linked with hiring manager. Here also, when you are inserting the opportunities record, it has to link with the account record. Similarly, case records, when you are inserting, it has to link with account. So position has to be linked with hiring manager. And then candidates too should be created, and this candidate should be linked to the position record. Now, moving on, next one is a delete statement. Now, we know that by seeing this word itself, delete, which is nothing but I am removing the record. I am removing the record from the Salesforce object. So delete is nothing but I am completely removing it, either one record or a multiple records. Could be possible that I am deleting the one record or a multiple records from the object at a time. So, but from the programming point of view, now we know that from the user interface, we have an option here to delete it. You can directly delete it. But from the Apex code point of view, if I wanted to remove any record, what is important here? Important is I need to get the ID of this particular record. Which record I am deleting it? Which record I am deleting? We need this ID. ID is important. From the Salesforce Apex, from the Apex point of view, whenever we are deleting any record, we need a record ID. We need a record ID. Without record ID, you cannot delete it, right? So we need an account ID here. So by accessing the account ID, we can able to delete the or remove the record from the Salesforce object at a time. So once we delete the record, it will stay in the recycle bin for 15 days. It is going to stay in the recycle bin for 15 days. So that means till 15 days, it will be in the recycle bin. If you want, you can do undelete, or you can write, or if you do not want, you can completely erase it from the recycle bin. Now, syntax for the delete statement is delete only one record, which is a direct delete object name. And if you are deleting a multiple records, you need to use the delete collection object name. So you need to use the collection object name. So let's go ahead and see this. So use case is statement, delete statement. Write an Apex program to delete the lead record from the object whose last name is starting with specified character at runtime. So where condition is last name, but what is the last name? It is based on the specified character that is passed during the runtime. Now, how can I pass the specific character during the runtime?
Parameterized.
Right. So now we are going to write the delete. Public static void. We are deleting the lead records. Lead records, and then parameter string starting characters. Now, how can I verify this? What is the logic that I need to write in order to get the data or in order to get the ID?
Yes, okay.
Spoke you well.
Query.
Please stop.
So first, let's check what is my string here, whether it has some value or not. So not equal to null, then only go inside. Now, I'm going to do a like command. So for the like command, what is the wildcard character?
Percentage.
Percentage.
So let me add the percentage.
Swapna, we will give last characters, right? So
Yes.
percentage should be before, right?
So this is the last name. We will be giving the last name starting with specified character.
Okay, Swapna. I thought like last name with some last characters.
Okay.
Sorry.
So list of lead, LST leads or leads list equal to select ID. So ID is enough for me. I don't need few more details here. Lead. And next, where condition. How
Where?
can I write the
Where
Last
is
name.
equal to-
Last name.
Is equals
Sorry,
to colon.
last name colon string characters.
Equal to column. Equal to column.
Y equal to colon.
Where last name like
Last.
Like ma'am. Like.
like
Like
Like.
starting characters.
Starting.
Start.
Now we have the data here. So what I'll do is I'll check if not list lead list dot is empty, then I'm going to delete the record. Delete.
lead list.
Something is wrong. Okay. Now let's go ahead and execute this. Now delete record. Now for the delete record, we have to pass the character. Now last name, we are going to pass it. So let's go to the lead. Now we have a few records where the details, let's go here. Last name is, let's take this. Lead records. Cancel. Let's go to the developer console. So I'll just pass the lead records. No. Click on executed. Execute the highlighted one. Now query is 11 out of 50,000 and DML statement is 1 and DML rows 11 out of 11 records it is deleted. Now here also you can find out how many DMLs that I have executed, how many SOQL queries that I have executed. You can identify here also, same, limits dot get DML rows. Now, one thing I'll explain here, we are checking here string character not equal to null. Instead of checking the string character not equal to null, what we have is we have a something called, instead of doing not equal to null, so few developers write string dot is empty. Okay, they will write this, or they will say that string dot is not empty or is not blank. Is not empty, is not blank. So here you need to pass the string character. So this will also work. This will also work. Few members will write, few developers will write directly string characters not equal to null, which anybody can understand. Few developers write string dot is not blank, and then they will pass the string character here, which is also fine. Which is also fine. You can cross check is not or is empty or is blank, right? So you can put whatever the here it is needed. Now we have written here the logic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lines we have written the logic. 7 lines we have written the, right? So 8 lines we have written the logic. Instead of writing the logic these many lines, what I'll do is I'll comment out this everything. I'll comment out this, and what I'll do is instead of writing all this logic, I simply take this, right? I simply take this query, copy. Now let me paste that query here directly. Now here string characters, starting characters, and in the query itself, what I'll do is I'll add the wildcard character. Here itself I'll add it. So that is string character is taken care. Now, for this SOQL query, I directly say the delete. That's it. I'll directly say delete. So instead of writing all these lines, like first you are querying it and you are storing the data here, and then you are checking whether it is empty or not, then you are deleting the record. So instead of writing all these records, you can write in one line. You can write in one line. So in one line, delete, select ID from lead, where last name like starting character percentage. Starting character percentage. Now this one line is going to be executed. What are the previously done? This can be done by this query also. So here I'm going to write system.debug. System.debug. Let's say number of records deleted. Number of records deleted. Then I'll say limits dot get DML rows. How many rows are deleted? Perfect. Now let's go here. Leads. Let's refresh. Now we have something called lead test. Lead test is the few records which I have. So details, let's edit this. I'll take the lead test. Now developer console. Developer console, debug, open, execute, anonymous. Now I'm going to pass the lead test. Click on execute the highlighted one. Execute it. Cancel leads. So it is deleting all of them. Now I can see that number of records deleted is 10. 10 records, it is deleted. Right? So in one line, I can write the same logic in one line, and character, wildcard character also I can pass it in the same. Wildcard character also I have passed into the same line. Fine. Any questions for the delete? Okay. So homework for the delete statement, write an Apex program to delete the contact records from the object whose last name starting with specified character at runtime. And the second one is write an Apex program to delete the opportunity record from the object whose name starting with specified character. So you can take name, there is an opportunity name. So by using the opportunity name, you can delete those records. Now moving on to the undelete statement. Undelete statement. The word itself says that undelete. That means I wanted to, whatever the records that I have deleted right now, whatever the records that I have deleted so far. So what are the records that I have deleted? If I go to the recycle bin, I can view all of them. I can view all of them records here in the recycle bin. I can see all these records. Now, undelete is nothing but whatever I can see in the recycle bin. This, by selecting this, I'm restoring it. Undelete is nothing but restoring the deleted record back to their respective object. Restoring the specific delete. Now we know how to do undelete from the user interface, but how can we do it through the code? Now undelete is nothing but by using this statement, we can restore the deleted records back to the actual object from the recycle bin. From the recycle bin. If it is not there in the recycle bin, it's not possible. So we can restore either one or multiple or all the records from the recycle bin to the actual object, respective object. Now syntax is similarly for the restoring the only one record, you have to specify undelete and then object name. If you are restoring the multiple records, then you have to use undelete, then collection object name. Collection object name. So use case, let's see that write an Apex program to restore the deleted lead records back to the actual object based on the specified character by comparing with the lead last name. That means I'll be passing the last name starting character, right? So during the runtime, I'll be passing the last name, and based on this last name, I can bring it back to the respective object. Now, if I have to query the recycle bin data, how can I query it? How can I get recycle bin data, which is already deleted, and I can see in the recycle bin. Now, if I wanted to bring that data, how can I see that? Public static void restore leads. Now let's pass the string starting character. Now, how can I bring back to the deleted one? First of all, how can I see it through the SOQL query?
All rows.
All,
All rows.
yes. So we have to use all rows. So select ID, comma, first name. If you want, you can query it. If you do not want, that's okay. Now we need is deleted. Is deleted. Now, from lead Now here the where condition is last name
name. Like colon starting character.
starting character. I'm adding the wildcard here itself, percentage, and I'll take another condition here. Just worry the one which are actually deleted. All rows is going to give me the deleted as well as the current. But I'm not interested the current active one. I'm interested only the one which are already deleted. Right? Then I'm going to put all rows.
Ma'am, easy delete is an inbuilt field.
We cannot see. Yes, that is a standard field, but we cannot see that. It will be there. Now, if you go here, file, open, object, lead, is deleted.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so is deleted true, because when I run the all rows, if I do not give this is deleted, what will happen if I give all rows? Whatever the active leads are there, it will bring all the active leads as well as the recycle bin leads. But here what I'm performing restore the leads. When I wanted to restore the leads, I'm only interested the one which are sitting in the recycle bin, the one which are sitting in the recycle bin. So that's the reason I have given here is deleted equal to true. That means only look at the one actually deleted and which are there in the recycle bin. Now this is all rows. Now in front of this circle query, what I'll do is I'll simply put undelete. I simply put undelete one space. Do not add two spaces. Okay, while doing the delete or undelete, do not add two spaces. What will happen? It will delete everything. It will undelete everything. So only one space. So you have to be very careful when you are doing the delete undelete. So if you give a two space, everything it will be deleted. So when you are doing in the production, make sure you have only one space here. Now this is in one line, I have written everything. Now system.debug.
Ma'am, there are like is deleted, like we are doing it like select ID comma first name comma. Why is deleted? Like is deleted equals to true is fine. The like why before?
Here I'm just casually putting. This is just a fields that I'm querying it.
Just you are querying, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So system.debug, number of DML statement, used. So I'll say that limits dot get DML statements. And also for the record, how many records, how many rows has processed. Let's say DML number of records restored. Number of records restored. For this, I need get DML rows. Perfect. Let's click on a save. Now let me execute this. Restore leads. Debug. Open. Execute anonymous. Now DML helper dot restore leads. And here I'm going to pass the last name. So the last name, let's take it as. So I'm going to restore only 2 records. Let's restore all the records which are starting with lead record. all the lead records, last name, whatever is there. So everything I'm going to restore that. Execute the highlighted one. Now, how many number of lead records are restored? 11. Number of DML statements are used? 1. Which operation we have performed? We have performed undelete. Clear? Any questions on the undelete?
Swapna, can you just explain that space thing which you told? If we give space, entire thing gets deleted something.
So
Can you please
sometimes
read?
production, so this is based on my experience. So whatever we are writing it, sometimes what we do is we write delete and we'll give multiple spaces unknowingly. Then we will write it select ID from lead. So what will happen is, this is once happened to me. So as there is a lot of space is here. So when I executed, it is actually executed almost all the records in the sandbox, it is deleted. So what happened is it got deleted multiples.
So deleted all records from lead, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is the same case if I assign it to the string and then delete. It's the same case.
String means?
Like now here you have given directly, right? Undelete in bracket the query, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So rather than doing that, if I say undelete space and then the string, like I assign this query into the string and then I delete, or assign it to the what is that list of object and then delete.
Yeah, that's the same thing. You are
Same
talking
thing,
about
huh?
dynamic socle. So dynamic socle is also same. Either you can write a static socle. This is whatever I have written the static socle. In case if you want a dynamic socle to be built, so you can build a dynamic socle and you can give it here.
Okay.
And the homework for undelete statement. Write an Apex program to restore the deleted opportunity records back to the actual object. So based on the specified character by comparing with the opportunity name. And the next one is an update statement. Now here, update statement. So the word here, update. So update is nothing but the record is already exist in the system. The record is already exist in the system. For that, we are updating the data. The one which are already there in the system. For that, we are already updating the record. So let's take an example. I have an account record. Okay, so in the account, I have a ID, name, rating, industry. So in this, I have a couple of records, right? So there are 5 records which are there inside the account object. Now, whenever I'm doing the socle query, that means I'm writing some query in order to get the info, get the records. Let's say that I'm writing the select ID, rating industry from account, where industry equal to banking. As soon as I execute this socle query, what happens is this is my table inside the database.com. Right, this is my account object is a table which is inside the database.com. Now, whenever I write a socle query on the Apex and whenever I execute it, what will happen? It goes back to the database.com and it goes to this specific table. Inside this specific table, it will try to identify which all are the records that have an industry equal to banking. So in this case, I can see here one record which has a banking, and there is another record, banking. So there are 2 records which are having a banking. One is a Sibita record, which is a banking, and the second one is Shailaja record, which is banking, right? So these 2 records are qualifying when I run this socle query. So as soon as I run the socle query, immediately I can see the output in the Salesforce, in the Apex, Like these two records are qualified, right? So what I'm doing once I get the SOQL query, I'm storing into a collection. I'm storing into a collection. So list of account list, right? So this is the SOQL query, I'm executing it. From the SOQL query within this table, based on this where condition, out of these 5 records, whichever is qualified this where condition, that records are pulled and it will be stored into the a list collection or inside the list of account or in collection. We are storing into the collection. That means I am retrieving the data from SOQL and storing into the account list. Now till this point, what we are doing is we are doing the SOQL query, pulling the data and storing into the one collection. Now, once I have stored into the account list, once I have stored the data, the result of SOQL query inside this account list, what I have to do now, I need to do the update on these 2 records. The update is wherever the banking equal to warm. Okay, if there is a banking equal to warm. So all the banking record, this rating value, whatever the rating value is there, this rating value should be updated to hot. That rating value should be updated to hot. Right now it is a warm, right? So that's the reason I'm querying the banking record. When I got the banking record, I need to perform a update operation on the rating object. Update operation on the rating object. So the update is nothing but here where it contains the warm information here. Instead of a warm, it should update the hot. Now we got the information here. Now the next thing is that I need to update the records. In order to update the records, I need to perform or I need to assign the values to the field. That means this field, we have to change it from the warm to hot, we have to change. So what are the new values are there? Okay, so probably I'll be storing the new values in the some other string or somewhere field, and that I'll assign it to the rating. So that means assigning will be, it will change the value from the warm to hot. How I'll be doing it? I'll be writing a logic per account, ACC colon, I have a collection here, account list, and ACC dot rating equal to hot. So what will happen? It will update this rating from hot to, from warm to hot. So now it is updated, then I have to push back the data to the table. Whatever the data that we have updated, we have to push back the data to table. So in order to push back the data to table, we use here update. We use update. So update these 2 records. Update these 2 records. Whatever the data which we have done it, those 2 records here, it will be changed to hot. So that means how many steps which we are doing here while writing the code. First step is query, executing the query, getting the output. Second one is assigning the new values to that particular field. And the third one is pushing the data or updating the latest information to the table. Updating the latest information to the table. So these 3 steps which we have to do it. 3 steps we have to do it. So update statement is nothing but by using this statement, we can update either one record or more records inside the object by assigning the new values for the field. Now, while updating the record, we have to follow the steps. The first step is get the required record that needs to be updated by using the SOQL query and store them into the collection. That is the first step. Second step is iterate the collection from starting to ending and assign the new value for the required field. So for the second step, you will be doing the for loop. So inside the for loop, you will be updating the data. And the third step is once all the record has been assigned with the new values, then commit the changes back to the database by using the update statement. So that means you will be writing the update, whatever the collection of the name is there, you will be using that collection of name. Now syntax will be, if you are updating only one record, then it should be update object name. If it is a multiple records, then update collection object name. Update collection object name. Now let's see the use case for the update. So for the update, write an Apex program to assign the rating as hot for all banking customers. Now let's go ahead and execute that. So right now we are writing the update. This is on public static void update banking customer or banking account. Now, how can I get the list of account details?
List account. ACC list. Select ID. Name from account.
Comma, rating, we need rating because we'll be updating the rating. Right? So from
Account.
now we need to pull only the banking accounts.
Where industry equal to
Industry equals to bank.
Industry equal to banking. Right? So let's see how many records are there. So let's take this query and query editor. Let's execute. Okay. So all of them are hot here. So what I'll do is change it to warm. Now save these records. All of them are warm. Now let's go back to the code. Now, okay. Now we have to loop through this account. How can I loop through this account? First, check what is the ACC list.
ACC list.
Is empty.
Then
For
Account
account ACC list.
ACC dot
ACC dot rating equal.
Hot.
now. What I'll do here is I have already data inside this ACC list. The records are already there ACC list. So far what we have done is I have created a separate list and I'm adding the all this updated into the another list. Right? So we were writing the another list and let's say that list of account, like we used to write here, list of account update ACC equal to new list of account. New list of account. Now we used to add this update account here, dot add, and then I used to do ACC. And finally, we used to check whether this is not empty, then update it. But instead of doing all this, what I'll do is ACC list already having the data And whatever I'm updating the ACC dot rating equal to hot. Now it will be here. Now what I'll do is simply I'll do the update ACC list. Update ACC list. That's it. Now what will happen if I execute it? Will it execute or not? Will it execute or not? So let's go ahead and see that. So after executing this, all the records should be, all the rating, all this industry record should be hot. Now I'll save this. Update account. Debug. TML helper dot update banking account. Let's highlight this and click on execute highlighted one. Now let me go ahead and execute SOCL query 1, SOCL query rows 3, DML 1 got updated. Let's refresh. Updated. Now what is happening here? I did not write any list, nothing is there. I simply written the ACC dot rating equal to hot. Then finally what I am doing is, whatever the query that I am querying it, the same query I am updating it. So first step is I am getting the records into the ACC list. Second, I am iterating through the same ACC list. Now, whenever I set the new value here, it is storing into the ACC, right? So this ACC will pass the latest value to ACC list. So now I can have, in the third step, ACC list will have a latest information. ACC list will have a latest information. So I do not need another list here in order to update any record. This is not required. If you are doing a query and if you are updating the same query, right? If you are running a query and storing that query and you are looping through that query and you are updating within that query, then you finally need to update the same ACC list. You do not need a separate list here to update it. Clear? Any questions on here?
Yeah. Swapna, for update and for delete, do we have to specify that keyword for update in this query?
Means?
Yeah, for update.
Yeah, you can specify the for update.
Okay.
For update is just for locking. That is not about the update. For update.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just for the best practice, do you, what is the recommendation? Do we do that in real time or
So when
only
you
for the
have
batch process?
when you have a large amount of records that you are performing some action, like 10,000 records or like a batch class,
Yeah.
3,000 or 10,000 records you are querying and all of them you are performing some action there. In that case, we need it. For single record, 2 record, 10 records, it is not required.
Okay.
Okay, homework for the update statement. Write an Apex program to deactivate the user based on the specified username. So how you are going to deactivate the user? When you go to the user object here, go to the setup. So in the setup, we have which field you are going to use it to deactivate it? User is an object, but which field you are going to use it?
Name
Is active.
is
Active, you have to use it. Active, you have to use it. So for example, let's take this. Ashrita. Okay, so this is already active. Now, based on this username, you have to pass the username. Based on this username, whatever you see here, the option active is right now it is checked. Active is right now it is checked. So this is active equal to false. Pass this username and iterate through that particular list and then update the is active to false. Then you will be able to update it.
Ma'am, can we update in a runtime, like at the time of processing, by giving some
What you
value?
want to do. So this is we are passing during the runtime only. Username we are passing during the runtime. So the specified username during the runtime. So instead of specifying in the SOQL query, pass this username during the runtime.
Okay.
And the next one is write an Apex program to assign the annual value revenue for the account based on the industry as, like, for example, we have in the account, we have a 2 fields. Okay, annual revenue is a 1, and then we have a industry. These are the 2 fields. So in this scenario, the second program is we have a 2 fields, industry name and annual revenue. For example, if your industry is a banking, then you need to update your annual revenue to 80 lakhs. And if it is a finance, you need to update a 65 lakhs. If it is a industry is education, then you need to update a 50 lakhs. If your industry is a insurance, then you need to update 1 crore. So like this, manufacturing 74 lakhs. So based on your industry name, you will be adding the annual revenue on that particular account. So how you will implement this? How you will implement this?
Which case?
You need to use the switch case. So first, normally query the record, right? So query all the account record. The first step is
Switch on.
query all account records and store it into a collection. Store it into the collection. Then iterate through the collection. Step 2, iterate through the collection. Iterate through the collection. Now, when you are iterating through the collection, inside the iterator, so you have to use switch condition. That means inside the iterator. So let me give here. So for the second step, let's say that you are iterating through for loop, account, ACC, colon, let's assume that list, ACC list. Now here, within this, you need to write a switch condition. You need to write a switch condition. Switch on
Industry name.
ACC dot industry. Switch on industry. Now this is started here. Your switch is started here. Now within this, if it is a, if that means when it is a banking, then assign. When it is a banking, assign ACC dot annual revenue equal to 80 lakhs. $80 lakhs, then close this. This is one condition. This is one condition. Similarly, another condition is when finance. So this is finance then it is a 65 lakhs. So 65. Like this, you need to write a switch condition. Similarly, education, insurance, manufacturing, you need to write it. Once this is done, then finally you need to update your list. What are the ACC list is there? You can update that means you need to write a update condition. So update ACC list. Fine. So this is what you have to implement it. Now let's move on. Any questions on this here? Okay. So next one is a UPSERT. Next one is a UPSERT. UPSERT is in data loader also you will see this kind of a word called UPSERT. UPSERT is nothing but it's combination of update plus insert. Update plus insert. Let's say that you have a account, you have a account object. Okay, so this is your account object. Account object. So inside this account object, multiple records are there. Multiple records are there. So one person is doing the update on the second record. One person is doing the update on the second record. Assume that this is the person is doing on the second record. Assume that it is a second record. Now the next person is doing in the same transaction, we are inserting the records. Assume that inserting one record. Inserting one record. So this is happening at the same time. This is on the different record, but these two are happening in the single transaction. This is my Apex class. This is my Apex class. So in this Apex class, I'm doing the update as well as the insert. Both of them I'm doing it. Both of them I'm doing it. Now possible that update 4 times I'll be doing, insert 4 times I'll be doing it. Now what is happening here? I am doing the DML statement 2 times. This is one DML statement. This is another DML statement. Now, if this is in a single transaction, instead of you performing everything into the separate DML operation, what we can do is we can implement, instead of an update, we can implement UPSERT. We can implement a logic called UPSERT. Now, whatever records you wanted to do the update, or what are the records you wanted to do the UPSERT, everything you placed into the here. So that time what will happen? You can do only one DML statement. That means this will be combined and which will be performed by this. You need not to do multiple hitting on the account object. So that time it will be only single hit. From the UPSERT, it is going to hit the single record, which is doing the update as well as which is doing the insert. Update and then insert, both of them it is doing it. So how the system will know that I have to do the update or I have to do the insert? How the system will know? So system will able to identify based on the ID. We have a 18-digit ID. Every record has a 18-digit ID. If that ID exists within the object, that means it is a update. If the ID does not exist in the ID, that means it is a insert. Based on that, this update UPSERT, when you are writing the UPSERT, behind the UPSERT, Salesforce has written the logic. UPSERT is nothing but update as well as the insert. Update as well as the insert. So Salesforce has written that update. So wherever the ID I can see, so that means it is an update. Wherever the ID is not there, that means it is an insert. That means it is insert. Now, upsert is nothing but by using this statement, we can perform both insert and update operation into the object by using the DML statement. So we can insert the record and update the record in the same object by using the single DML statement called UPSERT statement. We need to place the record, either new record or a update record inside the collection. That means inside this UPSERT collection, you place whether you wanted to update or you wanted to create a new record, and you can perform the UPSERT operation on the object. It will update the record into the object which is having the record ID. Wherever the record ID is there, that is nothing but update. Wherever there is no record ID, that means it is a insert. Now, UPSERT statement syntax. If it is a single record, just use the UPSERT object name. If it is a multiple records, UPSERT collection object. UPSERT collection object. So by using this, you can perform the UPSERT operation. Now let's take a use case. Write an Apex program to update the priority as medium for all the new records, new case record, and create a, when I say here, new case record, so is nothing but in the case record. Okay, let's go to the case. So we have a cases here. So if I go to the cases, now here it says status. Wherever the status equal to new, for them, update the priority as medium. So let's open all cases. Now wherever the status is new, for them, update the priority as medium. Update the priority as medium. And then as well as create a new case record with high priority. As well as create a new record with high priority. So now let's go ahead and implement the logic. Now this is UPSERT. Now for the UPSERT, public static void, we are doing the UPSERT case record. UPSERT case record. Now what I'll do is I'll collect all the case records where the status is new. List of case list, select ID comma status, and I need a priority from case where the status equal to new. This is my query. I'm getting the data from case object and storing into the case list collection. And once I have this data, what I'll do is I'll simply, if condition, I'll check whether I have any records or not. What is wrong here? Priority. Whether I have a data or not. So I'll check is empty. Now I'll check for case CS colon C case list. Case list, then CS dot priority equal to, let's say, medium. Let's see. Now here, all these records what I'll do is I'll create another list here. List of case. This is UPSERT in order to do the case to UPSERT. UPSERT new list of case. Now, I'm storing everything into the case to UPSERT. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm updating the priority. So here, I'll add everything into the UPSERT because this is the same thing which I'm going to do it for the insert also. Add
Add case list.
CS. Okay, so I'm everything adding into the case to UPSERT. Now the scenario is, this is for the update. The second one which I'm going to do is.
Ma'am, why CS order?
So here we are using the CS because CS is updating here. This is a collection of records. This is a single record. So whenever we are storing into the collection, we have to store as a single record. We cannot store the collection. I mean, right now here we are storing the each record into this. I'm pushing each record into this. And now create a new record, new case record. For that case, CS equal to new case. Now we have a CS dot status equal to, let's take new CS dot priority high CS dot type. We have a different type here. So type is electrical. CS dot reason. Let's say that performance issue. And CS dot origin is web. So in the real time, we have to put all the fields, whatever the required fields are there. Because in the real time, each field data is very important. So let's say that scanner is not working. CS dot description. I'll give the same information. Since yesterday. Perfect. Now, what I'll do is I'll add case to UPSERT dot add CS. And then finally, I have inside this, I have the updated records as well as the inserted records. Updated records as well as the inserted records, both are in this collection. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to UPSERT the collection of the records to the object. So if not case to UPSERT dot is empty, UPSERT
Curly braces.
case 2. UPSERT case 2. Okay, so that's the one.
Ma'am, curly braces.
Not required. So whenever you are writing a single line within this, whenever you are writing a single line within the if condition, it does not require. In case if you are writing a multiple records inside this, like you are writing some if condition, some other conditions, if you are writing it, when you have a more than one line, that time curly braces are required. If you are writing a single record after the if condition, in that case, curly braces are not required.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Now debug, open. Now let me comment out this. Let's see. UPSERT case record. DML helper dot UPSERT case record. Now I'm going to execute this. Execute the highlighted one. Five rows, 4 rows. Now let's see the DML. DML statement is 1. Socle is 1. Rows are updated or created is 4. DML rows are created 5. DML statement is only 1. Now let me open this, click on it, execute. Now, so wherever the status is new, those are the 4 records got updated, and this is the new record which got created right now. So total 5 records that has been processed. So that's the reason we are seeing that 5 DML rows were processed. 5 DML rows were processed. Any question? UPSERT, any questions? Okay, so let's move on. Homework. Write an Apex program to update the stage as a negotiation review. So we have in the opportunity, there is a field called stage. If you go to the opportunity, in the opportunity, the stage is, we have a different stage names are there. Okay, this is a pick list field. So when you click on this stage, you can see here one of the field name called negotiation review. So update the stage negotiation review for all the opportunity records where the amount is greater than 5 lakhs. Wherever the amount is greater than 5 lakhs, those record stage should be negotiation review. And then apart from this update, you need to create a one opportunity record with initial discussion stage. That means you need to add a stage name as a initial discussion, and then amount you need to keep it as 100. Clear? And then moving on to the merge statement. For the merge statement, what is the merge? So before understanding the Apex side, so let's go to the account here. Okay, so let me switch it to classic. Now let me go to the account. Now here we have a different accounts data is there, right? And there is a tool called merge account. There is a tool called merge account. Now in this merge account, please select up the 3 records that you wish to merge into one. That means you have a multiple records. You have a multiple records. Let's say take a parent. Okay, Apex record. Let me take another one. Okay, so I'll update this. I'll change this account name to Apex record. Click on save. Accounts. Okay, so now let's go to the merge account. Now, if I search here Apex record, find the account, it is finding the 3 records. It is finding the 3 records. Now, here, merge account, it can perform only 3 records. It can merge only 3 records. That is a restriction. So in interview, they will ask that by using the merge tool, how many records can we merge it? Can I merge more records? Like what is the limit of the records that I can merge it? Let's take another example. Now I have an account and I'm updating another record also, Apex record. So let's take industry. So this is also I'm changing. So total I have 4 records. Total I have 4 records which are same name. Now if I try to search, it is giving me 4 records. But can I have all of this? Can I be merging it? But what it is saying here, please select up to 3 records that you wish to merge into one. Now I'm selecting the 4 records. Let's see. Click on it. Next. What is happening? You may only select up to 3 records. The result is giving whatever the records are there. It is giving the results are giving the all the records it is showing me. But I can choose only 3. That means merging the records up to only 3 records. I cannot merge more than 3 records, which is not possible using the Salesforce. If I select any of these 3 records, if I click on a next button, now it is going to give me the couple of information. Select the values that you want to retain in the merge record. That means the first one, it says that master record. Now master record is nothing but which one is the kind of a high record. Okay, so which one is the high record? Is this the one that means if I say master record is this one, if this is a master record, then that means what will happen? The second record will be merged into this, and the third record also will be merged into this. Right? So these both will be merged and these 2 will be deleted. These 2 will be deleted from the system. You can see in the recycle bin. Now, there are few records which are given here. It is going to ask me that, for example, let's take a rating. Rating by default, it is taken as a hot. But if you think that you want to be cold, you can select this one. You can select cold, or you can select a bomb. No, I wanted to go for a bomb. That means whatever the selected radio option is there. So only those values will be going to the Apex record. Only those values go into the Apex record. Those values goes into the Apex record. Now the second question which will be raised by the interviewer, let's say for example, this account has 0 contacts. there is a related list called contact. And this is second account has a 2 contacts. Second has a 2 contacts and the third one has a 3 contacts. Now, when you are merging these records, ultimately I know that Apex record will be merged to the account record and this is also merged into the account record. And then it is deleted from these records are deleted from the account object. When this is deleted from the account object, what will happen to the child records? What will happen to the child records? Like this is having the 2 contact records, this is having the 3 contact records. So what will happen? So when I deleted these child records, will it be there as it is or it will go to the master record? So what will happen is when these are merged, this contact will go to the master record. These contacts also will go to the master record. So that means total 5 records will be there inside this. 5 contact records will be there inside the Apex record, inside the master record. Similarly with the opportunity, similarly with the, if you have an opportunity, or will you able to delete if you have an opportunity? If there is an opportunity linked, will you able to delete the account record?
No.
No. So for that also it is going to ask you certain things. Now, for example, let me go to the Apex record here. Apex record does not have anything. Now I'll go to the Apex record level. Apex record level. Let's go to other one. Now Apex record level, I'll just create a contact, new contact. So I'll just give it contact 11, click on save. Now this has a 1 contact. Now I'll go to the another account, which is the Apex record. $748, this is created. So I'll go to the another account record. Okay, 748. This is the created date 748, 316. Okay, which one is a 316? This is not the one. Okay, this is the one. So in this case, I'll create 2 contacts, contact, new contact. Now last name is contact 22. And then I'll create 1 more contact. Click on save. Now let's go ahead and now what will happen to the created by or last modified by the owners? What will happen? So basically for the whoever is the created by is there for the master record, only that username will be there after merging the record, because after merging what will happen, these records, these 2 records will be in the recycle bin. So these 2 records will be in the recycle bin. So whatever the data is there, these all data will go to the master record. But created by last modified by is whoever is the owner of the master record, it stays with them. It doesn't change. Nothing will be changed for the owner created by last modified by.
Swapna, same thing applies for other fields as well, right? Now the rating is hot here, cold and warm. So once we merge, the rating will remain as hot only, right?
No, it will take whichever the one is selected. For the fields,
okay.
so we have a radio option here, whichever the one is selected, it will take that one.
Oh, okay.
So now we have a option merge. As soon as I say merge, it is going to merge the record. Now, before merging, Salesforce has provided this merge option only for 3 objects: lead object, contact object, account object. So only 3 objects which I can perform the standard merge, which is account, lead, contact. Only these 3 objects we can do the merge operation. Others we cannot do. Account, contact, lead only we can do the merge. All records, including any notes, attachment, and activities, will be associated with new merge record. Even for the notes, attachment, activities, whatever is there, everything will go to the master record. Everything will go to the master record. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll click on a merge. It will say that these records will be merged into the record using the selected values. Merging cannot be undone. That means once you did a merge, you cannot undo the merge. You can not restore back or undo the merge command. Now, once it is done, let's click on it. Okay. Now, all the records will sit into the Apex record. All records sits into the Apex record. Now, if I go to the recycle bin, I can see 2 records are deleted. 2 records are deleted. Now, what will happen if I undelete? Now, first of all, whatever we did merge record, let's go ahead and check. There are 2 things are there. Okay, this is not the one. Okay, this is the one, right? So rating, it has taken warm, and the contact, it has taken 112233. We have created in the Apex record 11, Apex record 22, right? So in this record, we have created a 2 contact records. In this, we have created a 1 record. Now, what will happen if I do undelete? The one which are sitting in the recycle bin, what will happen if I do undelete? Will it stay in, come back to the account record, and this contact will be reconnected back to those original account? No, when we do the undo, the records will sit into the account, but your contact will not be relinked back to this. Right? What are the contacts that are already merged to the main account record? It will not be changed anything. There is no change on this main record. So if you wanted to do, you can do undo, you can do. But when you do undo, only the account record will be restored. There is no contact record. You cannot restore the contact. So if you go here, refresh, Apex record 11, you cannot see the contact that are linked here. You cannot see the contact that is linked here, because the contacts are already done the reparenting through the merging. The contacts are reparenting is already done through the merge. Whenever we did the merge, so it is already did that everything. Now same similar scenario, what we are going to do is using the code. Using the code, we have to do the
Swapna.
yeah.
Yeah. So this merge tool, it's available only in Classic.
No, it is available in Lightning also, but Classic it is easy because I can see here. Okay, so it is available in the Lightning also. So Lightning, either you can see the button, merge button. So right now here, I do not have anything. Let's go to the setup. And let's go to the object manager. And let me open account. And how can I set this buttons? Where should I need to go to if I need to modify this button?
Link
Where should I need to go?
Buttons.
And links action,
Link section.
button link section.
Page.
I need to
Copy.
modify on the account object level. I need to modify the buttons here.
Okay.
Edit page.
Edit page.
Page.
I don't have an edit page. I'm into the account object. I'm not into the account record. I'm onto the account object. On the object level, if I wanted to change anything button here,
Buttons.
buttons,
New button.
Page layout, ma'am.
I think it's list view.
list view,
Button layout. Button layout.
so click on edit. Now, here also I cannot see the merge option. Merge option is not there. Now, another option is go to the home, view duplicates. And this is talking about the new record. Now let me open the one record. Okay, I'll try to figure out where it is. It should be there here, view duplicates. So we need to modify that. Before that, let's go ahead and see how can we do it through the coding. So whatever we have done here in the classic, we'll be doing same in using the code. So merge statement syntax is if you want to merge the two records, you have to use the merge target record and the source record. If it is a merge three records, then it should be merge target record list of source records, because we are doing it for the multiple records. Now let's see the use case. Oh, it's not there. Okay, let's go ahead and implement the code. Now this is for the merge. Fine. For the merge public static void, we are doing the merge account. Merge account. And then, so right now I need a target record and then source record. Right now what I'm doing is two records I'm going to merge it. One is a target record and another one is a source record. Now let's go ahead and identify which one is the target record and which one is the source record. So let's go to the account. Now let me take accounts. Now in this account, now we have a parent account record and parent new record. So let me take this parent account record. Fine, so I'll go to the contact. There are no contacts, so let me create one contact here. So this is a parent contact. Click on save. Now I'm going to use this record where the account name is parent account record. This is my target account. Now, I know I'm going to get only one record. So that's the reason I'm just taking the account, target account equal to select ID, comma, name, comma, rating from
Account.
account
Where
where name equal to
parent account record.
parent account record, let's say limit 1. This is my target account. Similarly, I'll take my source account. This is the source account. For the source account, I'll go for parent new record related to, I have a contact. Yes, there is a one contact. So I'll use this parent new record 1. Let's go to the developer console. So this is my source. Now, if my source account is not equal to null, and if my target account is not equal to null, then we are going to merge it. Merge. I need to merge. This is my target record. And then this is my source record, space source record. So that is our syntax, merge target record, source record. Now let's go ahead and execute this. Debug DML helper dot merge account. Now let me execute the highlighted one. Two SQL queries, 2 queries are updated, DML1, DML rows 1. Right, so let's go and see the recycle bin. Parent new record 1, that's my source record. That's my source record. Clear source record is deleted. Any questions here? Now, in case if you wanted to do, in case if you wanted to do the list of source accounts, so what you have to do is you have to create a list of the account. Now here, I have just taken the single account. So you will be doing the multiple records here.
Swapna, I'm having one question, like, do we use merge account through code? Because it's completely overriding, right? So in previous scenario, if we see combination of values from one parent to another, I mean, like in so I can select some combination of values. Here, I mean, completely one record we are deleting kind of scenario, right?
Yeah.
So in real time, use merge through code.
So in case if you wanted to do, so basically what you have to do is you need to look through this, okay, get the rating and then save the rating into here. So there are few names For example, rating or a different values, you wanted to take it from the source account and place it here. So what you can do is target dot ACC equal to like target dot.
First, we need to update the target record and we have to remove the source record.
Yeah, target dot rating equal to.
Source account dot rating.
If you wanted to do this, you can do this.
Okay.
So Sapna, the benefit of using code is that we can merge multiple accounts because over there we can, correct.
Right. So because we have there is no restriction that you need to take only 3 records or 2 records.
And this applies for lead and merge only lead, contact, and account, right?
Yes, so there is an assignment for you guys. So the assignment is try to merge for the opportunity records. Try to merge the opportunity records through the code. Try to merge opportunity records through the code and see what is happening. And then try to merge lead record. And which one is working, tell me. Is both of them is working through the code or is only one lead is working? Okay. Now in the lightning, so let's go back to the lightning. Now in the lightning, I have a duplicate rules which are deactivated here. Let me activate it. So let's activate this duplicate rule. Now, when I activate the duplicate rules, in case if you are creating any record, let's suppose I have a parent account record here, right? So this parent account record. Okay, so this parent record, I have some information here. Okay, now similar information I'm trying to create it. Similar information I'm trying to create it. Where is the clone? Clone is not there here. So let's edit of page. So we have a different actions here. No, I cannot see. Okay. Let's go to the account record. Why it is not saying. New account record. Okay, click on save. So usually we get here one option that says that there is a duplicate records. Okay, so let's see this. Why it is not showing that option? Okay, I need to see how the setup is there. So usually there is a one message which will come here, view the duplicates. Then from that, we need to identify which one is the correct record, like a master record or a parent record, child record. Then we need to confirm that.
And Swapna, one more question. Now, see, we have 15-digit ID and 18-digit ID, right?
Mhm.
Correct. So in from the query, I can select the record based on 15-digit as well as 18-digit, right? There is no restriction on that.
Yes.
It will stay the same.
Yes.
Yeah. And then few days back in the session that the interviewer asked them how to convert the 15-digit ID to use that function and how do we use it?
I have already covered that in one of the session. I have explained the differences between the 15-digit and 18-digit.
No, but I just want to know where in real life, where do we use that? Valid formula we use is the requirement for that. I want to know that.
Okay, so which I have already covered it, but just hold on it. Let me complete this session. Okay, so that's all the topic for today. Conclusion. What did we learn so far?
Insert, delete, undelete, upsert,
Upset,
Undelete,
match.
upsert.
set and match.
Right, and in this trial head Apex database, please go through this one. This has a DML. Okay, so you can practice the DML in the trial head. So that's all for today.